2, 3, 4. Up 5, 6. Stay together 7. Leg back 8. Down 1, 2, 3, 4. Release it and stay. Hi, so I posted a video the other day of my juniors and petites doing a tilt exercise, and I got a lot of questions and compliments, but a lot of questions about how I get my kids to be so strong in the supporting leg and not hyperextend. So I thought I would give a couple suggestions with one of my dancers rather than writing a long example or explanation at the bottom of the video. So a tip I have for people working on teaching your kids not to hyperextend is, actually I'm going to have Ariana do it wrong, so she's going to go into, that's where she is naturally. But in order to stop this from happening, is I'm going to have her place her tailbone or pull up her lower stomach so that her tailbone is pressing down towards the middle of her 2 heels. So her tailbone is actually acting as a third leg and is pointing down to the floor. That already is going to solve a lot of the problems with hyperextension because, again, you do it wrong. When the tailbone is out, everything wants to slam backwards along with the tailbone. So by fixing this, that's already half of your battle. The second thing is that I'm telling my students not to straighten by pulling up the kneecaps. That would be incorrect in the method that I'm teaching. And I'm also not teaching them to lift their quads. Instead, I'm going to have them hold this position of the tailbone, keep the abdominals locked, and I'm telling them to straighten the leg by pressing the hamstring and calf towards the back wall. Does that make sense? Take the breath in, a little bit more, pull up. Good, watch your shoulders relaxing down. There we go. Does that make sense? So again, I'm saying press the hamstring and calf to the back wall and keep that stomach, relax this down. Good, very nice. Keep the stomach nice and engaged. An exercise that will help you to work on, sit on the floor, from the even scoot back, is to have them lay with their legs straight, hands on the shoulders, sit up nice and tall. And we're going to practice just pressing our legs into the floor. Naturally, she would want to do it wrong, which is this for me. What I want her to do instead is press her hamstring and calf into the floor and try to get rid of all the space right here between where her hip is, all the way down to her calf. So again, you see there's no space actually under her knee, but again, she's not hyperextending. Ooh. Does that make sense? And then those toes are reaching out and lengthening out, getting the quads to reach out while the hamstring and calf pulls up and presses into the floor. Another thing I recommend is to do some strengthening before bar, which is something I always do to get the muscles engaged. So stand up, put your feet second, and just stand straight second. Hands here. Good. So what I'll do is grand plate in second exercise. She's going to go ahead and grand plate down. She's going to hold. We'll hold for 10 counts to start with. The hip is in line with the knee in line with the ankle. And I'm going to check to make sure, you can see it actually here, her muscle is solid and totally engaged, yes? Her calf is engaged right here as well. Then she'll hold for 10 counts. She'll come up, she'll straighten by squeezing this together. Beautiful. She's going to go right back down again. We'll hold for another 10 seconds. As she gets stronger, we might hold for more like 20 seconds and build to 30 seconds. Good. And then she'll come right back up and she'll squeeze using her hamstring and calf, not slamming into the back of her knee. So there's some exercises for you and some suggestions. If anybody has any comments or anything, I would love to hear from you. Thanks guys, I hope it's useful.